Hello everyone, Assalamu alaikum. My name is Sita Bakri and I am a student of Rehan School, Pune campus, and I am a marketer on art.com. So today we have the very honorable and grateful guest whose name is Saunders. So let's go and talk to him. Hello sir, how are you?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you properly. So can you introduce yourself properly?
Yeah, hi, I'm John Saunders. I live in Australia on the western side. Um, I'm a farmer's son, 47 years old, been living here for 15 years, or no, nearly 20 years. Um, my wife and family left me about 10 years ago, maybe. Been pretty sad since then. Used to have a family business that all ended about 6, 7 years ago. Yeah, bit of a tragic case, but I got lots of spare time for you guys, I guess. Yeah, I'm in between jobs as well. Yeah, sorry, I'm not quite sure. I haven't had to do this so many times. It's getting a bit. It's a bit strange. I've never had to tell my story to people so many times.
Okay, thank you so much for your amazing introduction. So my first question from you: what does I try to be fluid? Signify in this context.
What does? Yeah, oh, gosh, I've answered this so many times now. I try to be fluid. My answers get worse every time I give them. So it just means that I just being present in the moment, not sort of like worrying about the past or obsessing over the future. Just being appreciative of what you have now. Oh, sorry, are you there? Oh,
Yes, I am here.
did you hear my answer, or
Can you repeat again?
just being present in the moment, not worrying about the future or the past, just being at peace in the moment. Not that's how I try to be fluid. Not sort of worrying about things I have no control over. Your screen's very small. It's hard to.
Okay, thank you so much. That's amazing. So my another question from you: how can a freelancer determine if needs specialization is right for them?
I think identifying goals and objectives is the most important thing. Like, because people are quite shy to actually say what their end goal is, and if you don't actually understand what their end goal is, like my project, like my end goal is very big, and then if you don't actually understand how big my end goal is, and you won't understand all the little steps that I'm working on, and a lot of I think people who are working on the internet do have quite utopian ideas, which they're a bit shy about sharing. They don't want to sound like a cliche, but that's one thing I learned in life, is that we're all cliches, all cliches in our own stories. I don't know if that helped. Questioning.
Okay, thank you so much for your answer. And my another question from you: why might someone resent attempts to define them?
I think because they felt judged, like and misrepresented. In my case, that's why. Yeah.
Okay, so what would be the purpose of purposely confusing others?
Are basically giving dishonest people or like secret secret societies and those sort of people that plan and scheme and those sort of things, misinformation, so it makes it harder for them to profile me. I don't like being profiled. Does that make sense? I don't want to be accused of encouraging anti-American sentiment. Does that make sense?
Thank you so much for your answer. And how does the concept of fluidity relate to personal identity?
Yeah. I think it really helps you embrace your personal identity. Stops people sort of focusing on trying to create their identity rather than just accepting themselves for who they are. And when you understand yourself, I think you have a chance of actually creating your own identity. If you're looking in magazines and catalogs all the time, I think you're just going to hide yourself behind the latest trend. That makes sense.
Okay, thank you so much for your answer. And another question from you: in what ways can societal definitions limit individuals?
Very a lot. Like like my name, for say, John's a very common name, and people have these images from the movies and all those sort of things of what a John should be like. And it's very common in Western culture that people with the same names will have very similar personalities. And I think that is just proof of how successful the media culture has been. The people, religion and media have given people images of what a person with a name should be like, and it's very difficult for people to escape that image, and they end up just submitting to that role in the world. It seems very prevalent nowadays. It's very hard for people to be their own person. Explaining why or how, I think, is.
Thank you so much for your answer. And may I have the question?
One planet, one people, one love. Oh, that's completely the ideas of fluidity. When you're present and in touch with your singularity, the fact that we're all the same, connected to the planet, all part of the same universe, and all that. I think it's the key to accepting fluidity. I think without one planet, one people, one love in your mind, you can't sort of even begin to be fluid.
Okay, sir, thank you so much for your answer. And may another question from you: what message might the author be conveying with one people, one planet, and one heart?
Basically just look after each other, look after the planet, and that we're all connected. So it's in your interests. When you feel good about helping someone else, it's because we are all connected. When you feel bad because you hurt somebody, it's because we're all connected.
Thank you so much for your answer. And how can resistance to being definite impact interpersonal relationships?
Oh, definitely. If you behave like that in real life, it will definitely affect your relationships. Definitely a good, definitely a thing to only do on the internet and for a specific reason. Always being true to yourself will make you'll be like a garden, a garden of abundance to all your relationships. If you hide yourself behind whatever, no, or fake, no, behaving like a fake person, yeah, it should be no surprise your relationships aren't very good.
That's amazing. So, can you share your experience with your in your life?
I haven't enjoyed life for quite a while. Um, oh gosh. Mm, uh, um, just I was seeing my daughter when she got back from. My daughter had just been on holiday, and seeing her come back and going back to work full of confidence, and just spending time with my kids and that. But yeah, life's pretty sad when you get separate, when a father gets separated from his children. Yeah, makes me sad.
And that's awesome. Thank you so much for your answer. And what are some examples of fluid identities in contemporary society?
Sorry, print's really small. Sorry. Some examples of fluid. Fluidity in government. I guess media, like the way, like something can go. You probably don't get it so much there, but here we have like the newspapers will use like the internet as a way of creating a story. They'll put little stories out to create like public opinion about it, and then like gradually build up. Like they understand how information flows, because they're aware of, they don't assume control or assume power. They work through a process of creating it, and that's all. I don't know, martial arts, using the energy of your attacker to and to disable them. No, you don't fight your person. You like manage them. If you try and attack the person that's attacking you, you'll end up losing. But if you just focus on defending and restraining the person, and you have a lot more chance of winning, and you don't use your anger. Yeah, that's all I can think of. Micro and macro.
Okay, thank you so much for your answer. And another question from you: how might embracing fluidity benefit global unity?
Oh, well, I think it's the essence of global unity. Until people can feel that they're able to communicate uncensored and unchecked, and able to be, present in their own lives, then like we're not going to achieve global unity. It's people having that feeling in themselves. They can't be trusting in their governments and all those to do things for them. They've got to feel empowered within themselves. We can't have lots of united countries with lots of unhappy people. That won't be global unity, will it?
Thank you so much for your answer. And what is the symbol of a heart used in this statement?
Oh, it's meant to sort of, symbolise the universal energy that, and we consider to be love. I consider love to be the energy that holds the universe together, not the not just a feeling between people, but it's that connection. It's the actual, and the connection that happens through the feeling.
Okay, thank you so much for your answer. And what are the potential drawbacks of purposely confusing others?
Isolation, Yeah, isolation, basically. I think that pretty much sums them all up. Oh, misrepresentation, allowing bad operators to create misinformation around it. Yeah, not allowing the truth to come out. There's hopefully some disadvantages in that. I think my truth's a pretty good one, to be honest. Yeah, no, there's definitely lots of disadvantages in it. The truth and telling the truth and being honest and sharing the true version of yourself definitely has advantages. So not doing it is going to have a lot of disadvantages.
That's really awesome answer. And another question from you. How does this statement challenge traditional notions of identity?
I think it's challenging by making it very obvious that we have power over our identities. So it's making people aware that in past times when you couldn't change classes, you couldn't just go from one class to the other. Like me as a person from a influential English family, couldn't just go and hang out with the people that I hang out with nowadays. You'd probably end up murdered. But nowadays it's a lot easier to change between classes and to be, for a poor person to rise up through the classes if they have a good idea. And we're gradually breaking down the class system, I think. Sorry, I've forgotten the question now.
Thank you so much, Anju, for your thank you so much for your answer, sir. And my another question from you: what role does ambiguity play in personal freedom?
Oh yeah, I think it gives me a lot of personal freedom. Like it stops me being defined, or well, it might not stop me being defined. It stops me being influenced by the effects of being defined. So yeah, yeah, it's a very good question. It definitely gives me a sense. That is the reason I do it. Yeah, yeah. I think without ambiguity, I would have a lot less personal freedom. But how? Yeah, yeah. I'm not quite sure how.
Thank you so much for an amazing answer. And in what ways can fluidity be a form of resistance?
Oh, because it's confusing the enemy. So it's basically, the thing I like telling people is that good people don't need to conspire and have plans and all those sort of things. Because we know what's right in our own heart and we can all work independently. But people who are doing the wrong thing, who are conspiring against people, they need to have plans, they need to identify people and all those things. So it makes it very difficult for them to do what they want. So, it's basically just confuse the enemy.
Okay, thank you so much for your answer. And my another question from you: how might the concept of one people promote inclusivity?
Oh, I think it's yeah, but oh, how? Oh yeah, I suppose so. How? I'm not thinking it more. So I'm thinking it too. Like practically. Oh, I think through advertising campaigns, through music, like it's already. But the problem is, it's been used a lot through the One World Government sort of movement. So it triggers a lot of conspiracy theorists, and you get a lot of a negative feedback, and you get accused of being Illuminati and all that stuff if you use it. So it's very difficult to actually use practically because there's too many conspiracy theorists, nut job sort of people, for want of a better word. I haven't worked out how to, like from a personal level, from the spiritual side, I've worked out how to do it really well, but from a practical, I don't know the answer to that. Yeah. I'm not afraid to admit I don't know. I could give a theological answer to that, which would last for ages, but a practical one, yeah, no, I have no answer to it.
Okay, thank you so much for your answer. And may another question from you. What environmental or ecological messages can be inferred from one planet?
Oh, yeah, and the need to look after the planet, that we're all connected through it, that and hopefully even deeper, that people understand, it's a big microorganism and we're all dependent on it. That hopefully it gives a scientific thing for the fact we're all connected. And the balance of one planet. I think you need 3 points to find balance. So people are too obsessed with having 2 points for balance. But no, you need a third point. You need that point of balance in the middle. It's like, yeah, I hope that answers it in some way. So, I don't like anyone to think I have the answers. I don't want to be a leader.
Thank you so much for your answer. And may another question from you. How does this statement encourage a holistic view of humanity and the earth?
Oh, I think, connecting people with the earth. That's the essence of holistic is, creating that three-way connection, that you're always considering the earth in the balance.
Okay, thank you so much for your answer. And one philosophical or existent themes are present in this statement.
What philosophical or I think Rudolf Steiner is the, if you not really quite sure of the and the meanings behind words, philosophical, like Rudolf Steiner is probably the best philosopher I can think of that sort of sums it up in his thinking. Yeah, I'm not sort of big on reading. I'm kind of more into working things out for myself. Rudolf Steiner is the best philosopher I can think of that sort of represents it all.
Okay, thank you so much for your answer. And how can this statement inspire change in societal norms and attitudes?
Hopefully it gives people a foundation. I think people have been dependent on like religion or politics or football teams or what food they eat or what clothes they wear as their way of connection. So it's no support of the consumer, like consumer-driven society. And if people are, feel connected through the earth, they don't need to feel a desire to consume to prove their worth, which will hopefully help everybody. Less consumption, more production.
Thank you so much for your amazing answer, and thank you so much for sharing some insightful knowledge to me and to my viewers. So, lastly, would you like to give the advice with our audience?
Wouldn't like to miss the opportunity. Trust your instincts. Be good to yourself. Learn from your parents, but don't become your parents. No. I could go on, but I wouldn't want to. Yeah. Was it here?
Okay. Okay, so I invite you to my school when you come in Pakistan. So visit our school, Rehan School, Kavini campus.
I definitely can't afford to fly to Pakistan. I cannot imagine how expensive it would be. um, yeah, I'll I look forward one day to visiting Pakistan, but I'm afraid it won't be for a while. And yeah, I wish you all the best luck in the future.
Okay, thank you so much. So take care. Bye bye.